Ladies and gentlemen, the following non-title contest is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first, he hails from Kansas City, Missouri, and weighs in tonight at 210 pounds, Brendan Drake. Well, Brendan Drake, a man who's had great local success in his local area of Missouri, hoping to put his skills on display here in a national level contest. He's got a very, very tough opponent in the form of our champion. Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent. He hails from Venice Beach, California, weighs in tonight at 250 pounds, and he is the current Past Gen Television champion. This is Sting. Well, this certainly is Sting, but Sting got the fright of a lifetime Wednesday night, and he finished a great victory defending his belt against Kamala. And all of a sudden the lights went out, the bell tolled, and he got destroyed by The Undertaker, a man who we've never seen on this channel before. And one has to question, what were the motives? The Undertaker, does he want that title that Sting holds round his waist? Does he want a match against Sting? And the bigger question, will he show up again? Sting needs to be on his guard here tonight. He's got to be in the back of his mind. He's got to focus on the man in front of him in the centre of the ring, but he's got to be thinking or prepared for the eventuality that The Undertaker may show up again here. And if possible, ladies and gentlemen, if we can get hold of The Undertaker, that match will be signed Wednesday night. Sting is willing to defend the title, but we've been unable to reach The Undertaker to try and negotiate any kind of match. All Sting can do here is just focus on his opponent. And Sting now with an arm lock. Very, very strange to see Sting going for submission manoeuvres similar to this. We see him utilise the Scorpion Deathlock. Very rare we see Sting try and keep an opponent on the ground and wear him down. Maybe just showing off some of the skills he's got, because Sting is not a one-trick pony, that is for sure. He's showing that now, lateral press, shoulders down. Has he done enough to put Brendan Drake away? He certainly wore him down with some of those holds. But Brendan Drake, a little bit more fight left in him yet. Not the best performance from this young man thus far. And Sting really going to work on him at the moment. And Brendan Drake pull anything out of the bag. Of reverses the Irish whip. That's a nice move. Maybe an opening here for him to try and get some offense in on the champion. But Sting turning him around. Now the one-handed face crusher by Sting. Yeah, Brendan Drake potential opening there, but failed to capitalise on it. And now Sting still in control. Beautiful inverted atomic drop by the champion. Now Sting going up top, looking to hit a big move. Nails the big splash right across the spine of Brendan Drake. And maybe this is a show of strength from Sting. Maybe he wants to show The Undertaker what he's capable of. If he is potentially watching this from home or watching it from somewhere in this arena, waiting to come out and pounce on him again. Sting now really in control here, sends Brendan Drake for the ride off the rope, picks him up and drops him face first with that flapjack. Sting seems to be having no problems with his opponent here tonight. Now goes behind and nails the Scorpion Death Drop. Well, the legs hook, shoulders down, and I'm predicting a victory here, and I'm not wrong. Sting your winner. Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Sting. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first, hailing from Phoenix, Arizona, he weighs in tonight at 277 pounds, Rick Barker. Well, the big man from Phoenix, Arizona, set to do battle with a man scheduled to face Sting for the belt in just under a week. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing his opponent, hailing from Union City, Tennessee, he weighs in tonight at 228 pounds, the Birdman, Coco Beware. Everybody do the bird, come on. Coco Beware, for my money, one of the most underrated wrestlers of all time. Don't let his physique deceive you. This man can fly around the ring like anybody. Set to do battle in just under a week with Sting, and of course the shocking news. Sting assaulted. He had that dream match between The Undertaker and Sting. It was going to be an all-time classic until The Undertaker's demonic brother Kane came out and the two laid waste to the champion now. Sting will be back for his title defence in a week, and he will be taking on Coco Beware. We're not going to reward The Undertaker with another title match after the actions of his and his brother. As far as I'm concerned, they can never appear on this channel again, and the commissioner feels exactly the same way. As now Coco, look at him go with these strikes. The Birdman really finding his groove now. Look at this. Big right hand knocking the big 6'8", 277 pound man right down to the canvas. But look at this, Coco maybe getting a little bit overconfident. Ducks that attack though. Right hand by Coco. Nice kitchen sink there. Well, Coco Beware's not missed a beat, has he? A long time out of the ring. Now comes charging into the corner. Vicious clothesline. Rungy's bell now going to the top rope. Does Coco. Dives off. Drives the crossbody. And Rick Barker just about managing to get out of the way. Smart move there, going for the cover. That would have took a lot out of Coco, but not enough for him to get the free count. And now look at this right hand by Rick Barker. Is his Barker worse than his bite? We're about to find out. Coco goes behind here, picks the big 6'8" man up. Nice atomic drop.
Rope break.
Tries the roll up, but too close to the ropes. Referee forcing a break. And now Barker trying to throw hands with a Birdman. Nice block and a right hand by Coco. Knocks him right down to the canvas. Gone for the drop kick, but he didn't need it. He was already tumbling down. Coco now sends him for the ride off the ropes, and a beautiful, what athleticism there from Coco. Beautiful leaping drop kick. Certainly a fan favourite, this man. Now Coco Beware sending him into the corner. Goes up top. Rains down the 10 punches in the corner. Used to do it with 11, but one too many. And now Coco dives off, tries the big splash, but doesn't quite get all of it. Rick Barker remains unscathed after that move. Now gets to his feet, hoping to make a comeback, hoping to turn his fortunes around here. Tries the Irish whip. Coco reverses it. And is it? Look at this, gets the big man up. Look at this power. The Ghostbuster by Coco. His modified version of a brainbuster. And now the lateral press. The shoulders are down.
2, 3.
And Coco Beware victorious here. Impressive win. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, the Birdman, Coco Beware. Well, great win for Coco, and he will... Oh no. No, what is this? What is this? Oh no. I thought security were doing the job. I thought they were keeping these two out of the arena. But it's Kane, the big red machine, the man that never won the belt. He's stolen our property, the Past Gen television title, currently held by Sting. He stole that belt last night, and he's been unseen ever since. Maybe he's cashed it in at a pawn shop. I don't know what he's done with it. The point is, that's our belt, we should have it. And now Kane making his way to the ring. Where's the security now? He's supposed to be keeping him out of the building. You must be able to see him on the monitors coming to the ring. And here comes Kane. Oh, wait a minute, Coco. Coco going right after Kane. Sends him off the ropes. Big drop kick by Coco. Oh, Kane wasn't expecting this. Gets to his feet. Coco comes diving off. Missile drop kick. Is Coco going to go for the... Is he going to go for the Ghostbuster on Kane? Coco trying it. Oh, Kane turning him around. Oh no, the Bulldog by Kane. What a tough man Coco is putting up a fight against such a demonic monster. But in the end it wasn't enough, and a big choke slam. Come on, Coco's supposed to be challenging for that belt. He's earned the right. Kane doesn't seem to respect anything that this commission does. Thinks he can just do what he wants. Oh no, come on. The tombstone. And Coco busted open. Coco's completely out. We need some help out here. And come on, that's enough. That is enough now. Coco thrown to the outside. The big red machine. Where the fuck is the security? Why is he still out here? And Kane swinging that chair right in the face. If I was any use in this situation, I'd get out of my chair and help, but I'm not going to be able to stop this big monster. Kane laying waste to Coco, beware. And runs in now with a chair shot. Oh, come on, you've laid what? This is enough. Why is nobody in the back coming out to try and stop this? Somebody grow a pair of bollocks, for God's sake. And now Kane on the... No, not on the floor. Not on the concrete floor. No! The tombstone by Kane. Coco needs an ambulance. There's no way he's going to be able to defend that belt now. There's no way he's going to be able to compete against Sting. And that was probably the plan all along. Ladies and gentlemen, the following non-title contest is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first, currently in the ring, he stands 6 feet, 10 inches tall, and weighs in tonight at 374 pounds, Big Wayne Austin. Well, not a world-class competitor, but a very, very large man. He finds himself with a size advantage, but unfortunately for him, the man he's going to be facing is a demonic force. And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, being accompanied to the ring by his brother, The Undertaker. He weighs in tonight at 326 pounds, and he is the current Past Gen Television Champion, Kane. With the Big Red Machine, he is the Past Gen Television Champion. He may not be in 48 hours' time. He's got a date with Destiny. He is next. On Monday night, he will be putting that belt on the line against Goldberg, the former champion, the man who's returned from injury to try and reclaim that belt. And just when you think the rift between the Brothers of Destruction is mended, Kane has told his brother, The Undertaker, on no certain terms, he doesn't want him at ringside for that match. Fireworks going off, and fireworks may be going off on Monday night. Kane has explicitly told his brother he does not want his help, but he finds himself in a very strange position. Kane facing a larger opponent than himself. And look at though Kane, well, not intimidated by the size of the 6'10", 370 plus pounder. Oh, and Wayne Austin's busted open already. That vicious DDT busted him open above the eye. And now Kane going to work on that cut. Kane showing that he can be relentless. And in many ways, that's what you've got to be a champion, as he goes to work with a series of strikes in the corner. And poor Wayne Austin. And now look at this Kane. Really going to work on that big cut. The referee may have to stop this. I don't think the man can see with all that blood gushing down as Kane sends him for the ride off the ropes. Well, bit embarrassing there for Kane, completely missing that move. Sends him for the ride once again. Picks him up, and what power. 370 pounds picked up with ease. And now Kane with his hand around the throat. Can he get the big man up? Oh, stupid question. Kane getting him up with ease, nailing him with that choke slam. And big Wayne Austin may be done for here. Very, very impressive stuff for the Big Red Machine. And now manages to pick the big man up. Nails the tombstone. Kane showing that it's not just Goldberg that can win matches in impressive fashion. Kane taking on a much larger opponent. The leg is hooked, the shoulders down. This one's over. Well, it would have been. But Kane breaking the pinfall attempts. He's not done with big Wayne Austin. And Kane picking him up again. Look at this power. And another tombstone by the Big Red Machine. He's ready for Monday night. He's ready for Goldberg. And now Kane with the cover once again. Is he going to finish it this time? You're damn right he is. Kane very, very comfortably your winner. Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Kane. Oh, there'll be no Undertaker at ringside Monday night. It's going to be Kane against Goldberg for the belt. The question is, who's going to come out victorious? Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first, currently in the ring, he hails from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and weighs in tonight at 197 pounds, Charles Norton. Charlie Norton, the unfortunate competitor or victim, because here is his opponent. And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, making his return to the squared circle for the first time in over 3 months. He hails from Atlanta, Georgia, and weighs in tonight at 285 pounds, Goldberg. The triumphant return, the former champion is back. Goldberg was the past gen television champion. He only had to give up that belt, had to relinquish it after suffering a debilitating fractured kneecap. An injury that finishes off most competitors, and you've got to believe that Goldberg's not going to be the same. Even though the doctors have cleared him to compete, it's going to be interesting to see how Goldberg fares here. His first time back after that injury. Is he still got it in the tank? Is he still capable of getting it done inside that professional wrestling ring? And Charlie Norton trying to get Goldberg. A couple of stiff right hands by the former champion. Now Goldberg, Irish whip, comes charging in, and a thunderous spear. All I said is he's still capable of getting it done. We may be getting our answer here. Charlie Norton clattered by that spear, and now Goldberg looking to finish this match in impressive fashion as he picks the man up and nails the jackhammer. The cover, the shoulders down.
2, 3.
And Goldberg, by God, he's still got it. That is for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Goldberg. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Goldberg, the former champion, he wants the belt back, and he will be getting a shot against Kane at some point in the next week. What a contest that is going to be. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first, he hails from Death Valley and weighs in tonight at 328 pounds, the Undertaker. Well, the Undertaker finds himself perhaps on the bad side of his brother. Brother Kane defended his past gen television title a few nights ago, and he gave his brother one simple instruction: do not come to ringside and get involved in that match. Well, the Undertaker didn't listen to his brother Kane. He came out and he got involved in that match against Goldberg, diverting the attention of his brother, causing a distraction, allowing Goldberg to hit a spear and a jackhammer on Kane while he was focused on his brother coming out. He may have cost Kane his championship. And the Undertaker must be thinking, Kane is plotting revenge. Kane is planning to settle the score with the Undertaker, whether he meant to cause what he did or not. He's got to put that to the back of his mind here tonight. The Undertaker finds himself in action here tonight for the first time in quite a few weeks. Needs to focus on the task at hand here, can't worry about his brother. And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, hailing from Italy and weighing in tonight at 198 pounds, Eddie Beretta. Well, we've not seen Eddie Beretta in action for a long time. Oh. Speaking of his brother, speaking of the big red machine, Kane, here he comes now. Stared at almost like he's trying to burn a hole through his brother, The Undertaker. We've not seen Kane ever since The Undertaker cost him that match a few nights ago. And Eddie Beretta, you need to get out of there, son. Look at this Beretta. In the wrong place at the wrong time, and that enormous hand around the throat of Beretta. Kane picks him up and drops him with a thunderous chokeslam. I don't think Beretta's going to be competing against The Undertaker now. And look at Kane going right for his brother. And look at this, The Undertaker wants no part of the big red machine, Kane. The Undertaker pleading with his brother. Oh, maybe it wasn't. The Undertaker with a cheap shot, a low blow. Nailing Kane and now trying to put him away with a choke slam, but Kane managing to fight his way out of that. Nobody knows the choke slam better than the big red machine, fighting away. Now The Undertaker blocks, right hand. These brothers are at war here as The Undertaker with a series of right hands right to the face of Kane. Trying the Irish whip, but Kane putting the brakes on a thunderous uppercut. Well, we've got a war on our hands here, that is for sure. As Kane picks him up, look at this. Kane's gonna, well, I thought Kane was gonna go for the decisive blow, gonna go for the tombstone, but The Undertaker retreating. Kane getting some revenge on his brother, and this may have been a mini battle that we've witnessed here tonight, but I'll tell you what, the war between these two has only just begun, between the Brothers of Destruction. My goodness.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Portland, Oregon, he weighs in tonight at 221 pounds, Mark Baker.
Oh, the Cake as he's nicknamed. Great local wrestler from Portland, Oregon, but I don't fancy his chances here tonight against this man.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent. He hails from Nashville, Tennessee, and weighs in tonight at 230 pounds, Double J, Jeff Jarrett.
Well, second generation wrestler Jeff Jarrett, his father, Jerry Jarrett, very successful promoter and wrestler in Tennessee and the surrounding areas, but if there was ever a man that it's in his blood, he was born to be a professional wrestler, you'd have to say it was Double J, Jeff Jarrett. Even his grandmother involved in promotion in that area as well. Still active today after all these decades in the sport. A very smart and cunning wrestler, capable of beating anyone, and he's going to be taking on the Big Red Machine Kane on Saturday night for that past gen television title. A little bit of a warm-up for him here though, Mark Baker, very well respected in the Oregon area. And look at that, Jeff Jarrett finding that out now, headlock and a punch by Baker. Mark Baker, the Cake, really going to work on him, and now he's got him in a Boston Crab submission maneuver. Jeff Jarrett managing to find a way out. Not the start he was hoping for here. But look at Jarrett with that kick, knocking Baker to the outside. And now look at this, that signature strut. The fans certainly not appreciating the talents of Double J, Jeff Jarrett here, and I don't think Mark Baker is here as he turns him around and now just plants his face right into the canvas. And look at Jeff Jarrett now. Now he's got Baker on the canvas, going to work on the knee, going to work on the leg. You've got to believe this is in preparation to lock in that figure four leg lock, one of his favourite moves to use, a move he's used to win many wrestling matches over the years. And look at this, really going to work on the legs of Baker as he finds himself on the mat, completely defenceless. Now Jarrett picking him up, big right hand to the stomach. And that really knocks all the wind out of him there. Now Jarrett with an Irish whip sends him off the ropes. And another move to the leg. A nice drop toe hold by Jarrett. And once again, this is experience on full display. Jarrett knows how to break a man down. He wouldn't have been in the sport for as long as he has if he didn't know how to do that. And really systematically targeting the legs of Mark Baker. I don't think he's targeting the legs now. Jeff Jarrett perching him on the top rope. What the hell is Double J going for here? And a big time superplex off the top. Mark Baker motionless, flat on his back. And Jeff Jarrett taking the opportunity to enrage this crowd a little bit more. Taking too long on Mark Baker, getting back to his feet, just gets his face planted into the canvas by Double J. And now Jeff Jarrett's going to go for it. He's going to try and lock in the figure four. Very dangerous submission maneuver. Baker in a lot of pain here, centre of the ring, and with no choice but to tap out. Great win there for Double J.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Double J, Jeff Jarrett.
Well, an impressive win for Double J. Can he do the same Saturday night against the Big Red Machine? If he can, he will be the new Past Gen Television Champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first, hailing from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, he weighs in tonight at 248 pounds, William Brown.
William Brown set to square off against one of his fellow Canadians here tonight. Great opportunity for that young man.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent. He hails from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, and weighs in tonight at 227 pounds, Y2J, Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho certainly not a popular man in front of our crowd here tonight. Nonetheless, a phenomenal athlete is Jericho, former world champion multiple times over. A formidable opponent, a dangerous challenger. For the Past Gen Television title, he'll be taking on Kane with the belt on the line on Saturday night. Looking to put his skills on display for the first time on the channel. A little bit of a warm-up for him here. The opponent, Will Brown, 6'6", 248 pounds. Certainly prove a pretty good test here for Y2J. Look at Will Brown wanting to engage in a Roman Greco knuckle lock, engaging a test of strength here against Chris Jericho. And look at Jericho taking the early advantage, but Will Brown fighting his way up. Look at the power and the leverage from this young man, but a kick to the gut by Jericho, a cheap shot. Jericho will use any advantage he can take, whether it's well within the rules or whether it's bending the rules, he doesn't care. As now Jericho sends Will Brown for the ride off the ropes and nails him with a thunderous spinning heel kick. And look at the cockiness, look at the arrogance of Chris Jericho. Foot on the chest, going for the cover. Chris Jericho has a bad attitude inside that squared circle, there's no doubt about that. He has no respect for his opponent. And the fans not showing him any respect either as he hits Will Brown with another spinning heel kick. Can't deny though, Chris Jericho may not like the way he conducts himself, you may not like his arrogance and his cockiness. Can't deny he's a phenomenal athlete. You just wish that sometimes he'd be a bit more of a better sportsman as he leans all the way with a knee. Will Brown had his throat across that middle rope, and now look at Jericho again. Foot on the chest, the height of arrogance from this man. Gonna really have his work cut out for him on Saturday night though is Jericho, and look at that, a kick to the nether regions. As if Chris Jericho isn't in control already, he doesn't need the help, but he still feels the need to cheat. And now look at Jericho knocking Will Brown to the outside, and look at the drop kick, knocking him from the apron to the outside of the ring to the floor. Very impressive from Jericho. Will Brown gets to his feet, and look at Jericho just diving over the top rope. Incredible athleticism here on full display by Y2J. And now taking the fight to the outside. Will Brown looks helpless here against that barricade and drop chest first. Jericho wants to be careful here. He doesn't want to get himself counted out. The referee on the count of 5 needs to get his opponent back in the ring. And just nails his head right into that steel ring post.
7.
Well, I think the chant says it hold the sentiments here. Fans not appreciating the skills of Y2J, knocking the referee down there. I don't think that was purposeful. Doing the right thing though, picking him back up. Well, I say Jericho doing the right thing. Now he's throwing the referee out of the way because he feels he's in the way. As Jericho now sends Will Brown for the ride off the rope. Big kick to the head. Puts his opponent on Dream Street. There's no contest here. Chris Jericho firmly in control. Only a miracle could save Will Brown. Nice arm drag by Jericho, and an arm lock applied. Trying to hyperextend the elbow joint, maybe get the submission here. Now Jericho releasing that hold. I think it's just a matter of if Chris Jericho wants to end it, he can end it when he wants, and then thunderous DDT by Y2J. Will Brown looks to be out of it completely. And now Jericho looking to finish the match off. Is he going to lock in his signature move? He's got it locked in now, the waltz of Jericho. would snap a man's spine, a devastating submission maneuver, and Will Brown forced with no choice but to tap out. Chris Jericho, comfortably your winner here.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Chris Jericho. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first, hailing from Atlantic City, New Jersey, he weighs in tonight at 215 pounds, Frank Donaldson.
Well, good to see Frank Donaldson back after quite a lengthy absence from the channel. Once again, he faces a very tough opponent.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing his opponent, hailing from the Buckeye State and weighing in tonight at 290 pounds, Uncle.
Well, this man has defied the odds, stepping into the ring for his first match on the channel. Once suffered from the debilitating condition known as lumbago, but according to Uncle, he's cured himself. I find that very hard to believe. Lumbago, condition that has finished off many great athletes. But somehow this man walks to the ring without a care in the world. He is superhuman, to say the least. The question is it a mistake stepping back into the ring after being diagnosed with such a severe condition? We're about to find out here, and if Uncle can get the victory here tonight, he'll get a shot at the non-wrestlers champion, Homer Simpson. A lot on the line here for that man. Lumbago, I don't need to talk to you about how bad that is. Go and look at a medical book. Can Uncle somehow still perform in that ring despite his severe condition? But he seems to be getting off to a good start here. Kick to the gut. Take Donaldson down. A nice clothesline by Uncle, and Donaldson still with that PWO logo spray painted on his back. He just needs to win one match. If he does, he could afford the solution to remove that spray painted logo off his back, but he's yet to win one yet. Nice knee to the gut now by Uncle. Snapmare takes him down, and a nice drop kick to the back. Well, the lumbago doesn't seem to be affecting him yet. Oh, but don't turn your back on Frank Donaldson. And Uncle getting his face slammed into the mat. Bit of a legend around the New Jersey area is Donaldson. Certainly not a world championship level wrestler, but no slouch in that squared circle. Uncle finding that out now, as Donaldson really going to work on him. Nice block though by Uncle, right hand. He's almost letting Donaldson get a few licks in here. Uncle blocking again. Donaldson trying to throw any punches he can, but Uncle's so good at blocking. And now knocking Donaldson down, taking the timber bump. Oh, and that's going to hurt him. Now, how tough an athlete is, if you get hit in that area, you're going to be hurting. As Uncle now sends him for the ride off the ropes and nails him with a thunderous power slam. Despite the lumbago, Uncle putting up one hell of a performance here. Nice spear. Really taking out. He used to call him the one-shot kid in his youth. And he proved it there with that thunderous clothesline in the corner. Now picking Donaldson up. Uncle really impressing me thus far with his performance. Picking Donaldson up. Drops him face first, snake eyes. And Donaldson not having a good time of it at the moment. Now Uncle with a leapfrog. What the hell is he going to go for here? He comes off the top of the shooting star press. What a move. Surely that's going to be enough to put him away, but Donaldson... well, he doesn't give up, does he? A move that should have finished off any other athlete. Donaldson managing to get the shoulder up. Now Uncle on the top. Once again nails a diving clothesline. He may defeat his opponent here tonight. The biggest opponent he's ever faced, lumbago. He certainly kicked it up the arse. What a performance this has been. And now the mandible claw. His signature move. And Donaldson looks to be out after that. Now Uncle hooking the leg. Goes for the cover. And Uncle... Frank Donaldson couldn't defeat him. Lumbago couldn't defeat him. The question is, can Homer Simpson defeat him? He's going to get a shot at that belt in a few nights' time.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Uncle. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, hailing from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, he weighs in tonight at 248 pounds, William Brown.
Well, William Brown was an atheist, I believe, recently become a born-again Christian. Not sure how that's going to help him though in this next contest.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, hailing from Miami, Florida, he weighs in tonight at 287 pounds, the bad guy, Razor Ramon.
Razor Ramon makes his debut here on the Past Gen Gaming channel. And tomorrow night, he will have a date with Destiny. He will be getting a shot at the Past Gen television title, taking on the Big Red Machine Kane. Perhaps one of the most dangerous challenges Kane has ever faced. Kane normally in the ring with men a lot smaller than him, but at 6'7", nearly 290 pounds, Razor Ramon not far off the size of the Big Red Machine, and a very talented wrestler to say the least, former Intercontinental Champion. Many career highlights this man has had. The Big Red Machine's title reign may be in jeopardy. There's only a 24-hour gap though between this match and his title shot, so Razor's going to have to try and preserve his energy in this. He doesn't want to throw too much into this match. He may have nothing left in the tank otherwise for his big title match tomorrow night, but nonetheless, Razor Ramon set for action here. William Brown, with his newfound faith, will that faith be able to guide him to victory here against the bad guys? The two men locking up at the collar and elbow tie up, and look at the power of Razor Ramon. Remember, Razor, tough challenge tomorrow night. Doesn't want to exercise any wasted motion in this match, but look at that nice power. Picking him up with a Samoan drop. And Razor seems like he's having a good time in that ring. Can't forget he's in a fight, but taking the time out to entertain the fans as well. In full control here and doing it in style. Razor Ramon with a couple of clubbing blows to the back of Will Brown. Now picks him up. Nice belly to back suplex by the bad guy. Will Brown struggling thus far. Razor Ramon sends him into the corner. What's Razor going for here? Perching him on the top rope, and a big fall away slam. Razor Ramon hasn't missed a beat here. Will Brown looks to be in trouble, and now he's going to go for it. He picks the man up and nails the Razor's edge. Surely this one over in very quick fashion here. Razor hooking the leg, the shoulders down. And what can you say about that? Razor Ramon winning in absolute style. What a win for that man.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Razor Ramon.
Certainly an impressive win. Will he have another impressive win tomorrow night when he takes on the Big Red Machine Kane?
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Des Moines, Iowa, he weighs in tonight at 204 pounds, Cowboy Dave Norris.
Newcomer to the channel, Dave Norris set for action here.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, hailing from San Diego, California, he weighs in tonight at 215 pounds, Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
Well, Dirty Dominic Mysterio's 204-day reign with the Intercontinental Championship recently coming to an end. A lot of people very shocked that he lost that match and lost the belt, but it was no accident, believe me. Dominic Mysterio purposely losing that belt in order to compete for a much more prestigious belt, giving up that second-rate title to compete for the most prestigious belt in sports today. He'll be getting a shot at the Past Gen television title on Friday night against the Big Red Machine Kane. Was it worth giving up the Intercontinental Championship for that title shot to hopefully make history and win that prestigious belt? But Dominic Mysterio going to be putting his skills to the test here against Cowboy Dave Norris, and look at that, a cheap shot. You're going to get no sportsmanship, no respect for your opponent when it comes to Dirty Dominic Mysterio. He'll take any steps he can to beat his opponent, whether the fans like it or not. And now look at Dom, wasting no time. Perching the Cowboy on the top rope and a big superplex off the top. Impressive move by Dirty Dom. I'll tell you what, he's certainly not underestimating Dave Norris here. Dominic Mysterio ruthless, and you need that aggression. You need that not an ounce of quit to be a champion. He's showing all the attributes here as he knocked Dave Norris to the outside. Oh, look at that though. Too overconfident was Dom. And Dave Norris punishing him for it. Dave Norris, a 20-year veteran of the sport. Again, not exactly a world beater. A man with that much experience, you can't underestimate him. Look at now, Dirty Dom picks him up and an electric chair drop, dropping him right on his face. Beautiful move. Looked like Dom had made a mistake there. Now look at this. Dave Norris trying to get back to his feet. Dominic just planting a kick to the ribs, and now what's he doing? Comes off the rope with a thunderous elbow drop right to the chest. Dominic Mysterio firing on all cylinders now. Now a Lucha Libre style arm drag, shades of his father, the great Rey Mysterio. As Dom now sends him for the ride off the ropes. What's he going for here? Beautiful Lucha DDT. The fans may not appreciate this man, but he is one hell of a professional wrestler. As he sends Dave Norris for the ride once again, and a nice pop-up drop kick right to the face. Dominic Mysterio really impressing me in this one. He's really not missed a beat. Now perching himself on that middle rope. Dave Norris on Dream Street. Gets nailed with a flying bulldog. And now Dirty Dominic Mysterio perched on the top rope. Is he going to try and hit it? Beautiful. Nails the beautiful frog splash. Dave Norris looks to be done for here, and he certainly is. Dominic Mysterio winning in very, very impressive fashion.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
Great win for Dominic Mysterio. This Friday night, he's going to get a shot at that Past Gen television title against the Big Red Machine Kane.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first, hailing from Minneapolis, he weighs in tonight at 212 pounds, the Minnesota Mauler.
I'd like to give you some more information on the Minnesota Mauler. Not much known about this man. Can't say the same about his opponent here tonight as he makes his way to the ring now.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent. He hails from Memphis, Tennessee, and weighs in tonight at 246 pounds, Jerry the King Lawler.
Well, Jerry the King Lawler, a very crafty wrestler, a man that knows every trick in the book, and probably a few that aren't in the book. He will be challenging for the gold in a couple of nights' time. He will be going head to head with the Big Red Machine Kane. The Past Gen television title will be on the line. Jerry Lawler, no stranger to big titles. Back in 1988, defeating the legendary Kurt Hennig to become the AWA World Champion. Very prestigious belt, but nothing compared to the gold he will be competing for on Saturday night. Jerry the King Lawler raring to go, ready to face the challenge. Tonight he's got to face an opponent we know very little about, the Minnesota Mauler. Very long and slender man. Be interesting to see how Jerry Lawler can do against this mystery opponent. The two men engaging in a Roman Greco knuckle lock. Look at the Mauler though fighting out. And a kick to the gut by Lawler. And the Mauler goes down to the canvas. Mauler and Lawler. We should make it mandatory that all opponents' names rhyme. And look at that, a nice bulldog by the King. Jerry Lawler only winning a national title very late into his career. That's not because of lack of talent. This man dominated the Tennessee area for many, many decades. As he sends the Mauler into the corner now, but finds nothing but his elbow. Nice reversal and a drop kick. The Minnesota Mauler really impressing us here with his skills. And now going to work on Lawler with strikes. Sends the King into the corner. Comes charging in. Nice reversal by Lawler. And now the King with a vicious low blow. If there's a way of bending the rules, Jerry the King Lawler's going to find it. And the Minnesota Mauler finding that out now, and look at that, the referee warning Lawler as he chokes his opponent over the top rope and just springs him back now. He said a very crafty operator is Jerry the King Lawler. Certainly one of the all-time greats in the sport of professional wrestling. Really doing a number on the Mauler here as he sends him into the corner as Lawler raining down heavy punches now in the corner. The Minnesota Mauler on Dream Street. You may want to head back to Minneapolis after this match is over. The King really doing a number on him now. The lateral press, the shoulders down as Jerry the King Lawler done enough to put him away. No, he's not. Very, very near fall. The Mauler's got a little bit left in the tank, and look at the King. He's not happy with the speed of the referee's count, but he wants to keep his eye on his opponent. The Mauler taking him down now. And we could have an upset here if Jerry Lawler's not careful. The Mauler comes off the top with an elbow, but Jerry the King Lawler getting out of the way. Sends his opponent into the corner. Look at these heavy strikes. The King renowned for his striking ability inside that squared circle. His opponent finding that out now. A nice face buster by the King. Now sends him into the corner once again, comes charging in thunderous clothesline. And now Lawler picks his opponent up and nails the pile driver. That patented move he's finished off so many legendary opponents with over the years. Can the Mauler get up from this? No, he can't. Jerry the King Lawler, your winner here.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Jerry the King Lawler.
Great win for the King here tonight. Will he be victorious in a couple of nights' time? Will he walk away with the gold?
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first, hailing from Minneapolis and weighing in tonight at 212 pounds, the Minnesota Mauler. And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, hailing from Yatsuhiro, Kumamoto, Japan, and weighing in tonight at 225 pounds, Hayabusa.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Hayabusa will be facing the current Past Gen Television Champion Kane on Friday night. What a match that's going to be. The Innovator, the former FMW wrestler Hayabusa against Kane. What a match that surely will be. But big announcement, ladies and gentlemen. A big event coming to the channel. Boxing Day Brawl will be taking place the night of the 26th of December. What an event that is going to be. I hope you join us for that. All titles are going to be on the line. All sorts of special matches will be taking place. The card yet to be announced. Defeating that lull that everybody suffers after the Christmas festivities are over. Boxing Day Brawl hopes to fill that gap and that void as we turn our attention now to Hayabusa taking on the Minnesota Mauler as the two men engaging in a lock-up. And look at that. The Minnesota Mauler, a very deceptive man, yet to win a match on the channel. Not exactly a muscle-bound athlete, but very long and slender, a lot of leverage. Capable of causing anyone all kinds of problems, but that caused him problems there. Beautiful German suplex by Hayabusa. And what the hell is he going for? Look at this move. Submission maneuver applied. Almost like a modified version of an STF. Submission maneuver. I've never seen a now Hayabusa with a moonsault. An aerial acrobatics. Hayabusa with martial arts skills. What an athlete this man is. Could very well become the next Past Gen Television Champion. Of course, the Big Red Machine Kane on a bit of a A bad streak at the moment. We saw him losing that non-title gauntlet match, getting pinned by the Canadian Vampire Vampiro. Nice moonsault there by Hayabusa. And look at the martial arts skills on full display here. The Minnesota Mauler having no opportunities to do anything about this. And look at the kick, look at the flexibility as Hayabusa now sends him for the ride, and my God, nearly takes his head off with that diving kick. Hayabusa really on a roll here, comes charging into the corner with a nice drop kick and another. Hayabusa, one of the most exciting athletes to ever lace up a pair of boots inside that professional wrestling ring. As now he dangles the Minnesota Mauler upside down in the turnbuckle. Certainly not the place you want to be in a professional wrestling match. The Mauler's not been mauling much in this match, that's for sure, as now Hayabusa with a collar and elbow tie up. And look at these combination of kicks. Wrestled for Frontier Martial Arts Wrestling, and he belonged in that company, that's for sure. And look at this, almost like a flipping over Razor's Edge off the top rope. Now Hayabusa going to the top and a corkscrew body attack. What a thunderous move. The leg hook, the shoulders down, and Hayabusa making quick work of the Minnesota Mauler here. He is your winner, and he is ready to face the Big Red Machine Kane Friday night.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Hayabusa.